Okay, today I want to talk to you guys about elder financial abuse and exploitation. That's a mouthful. So, what does this mean? Elder financial abuse is the illegal or improper use of a senior's financial resources for another person's profit. In other words, the elder person gets ripped off. So, why am I telling you this? Because you are in a unique position to catch these scams at the source. You are on the front lines on this. You see where I'm going here? Regular contact with senior bank customers allows you to detect changes in behavior and suspicious situations so that action can be taken before assets have been dispersed, meaning we can stop seniors from being swindled, right? Seniors are vulnerable to exploitation, and their numbers are large and growing. This is why your observations are so important. You are in a position to have early and sometimes the only knowledge that fraud is happening. Here's a few basics. Exploitation usually involves someone the senior already knows, like a family member or caregiver. You may see this activity up close. The scammer uses their influence to try and obtain money or property using deception or coercion. They're tricky. It's done without the informed consent of the senior. They don't realize what's going on. Not good. Fraud, on the other hand, is usually done by a stranger, like a telemarketer or investment promoter. You're likely to see indirect evidence of these activities. So now I'm going to describe some common red flag situations that you can spot that could indicate fraud or exploitation is going on. First, let's look at some suspicious behaviors that you might encounter. For instance, you may observe that a person accompanying a senior shows a lot of interest in the elder's finances, a little too much interest. They might not allow the elder to speak and be kind of pushy and abrupt about things. They might not want to leave the customer's side, hovering around a bit too much. Maybe you notice the sudden appearance of a new relative or friend, claiming they represent the elder's finances and possessions. The elder customer may be a bit too submissive with this new person, and the customer may even lack knowledge about their own finances. Maybe a deceased spouse handled the finances, and the surviving senior may be ill-equipped to manage their financial affairs. Bingo! This is an easy target for elder financial abuse. The senior may show some anxiety, even fear toward this new person accompanying them, or way too much deference, and might move away from existing relationships in favor of this new person. On the other hand, the elder may display unusual excitement over a financial windfall or prize check, and may be reluctant to discuss the details. Or there might be noticeable decline or negligence in appearance, grooming, or hygiene. Maybe you're unable to speak directly with the senior despite repeated attempts to contact them. These are all suspicious behaviors that you might be presented with that indicate something fishy is going on. Okay, now let's look at suspicious account activity that could indicate fraud, exploitation, or financial elder abuse is happening. You may notice a change in an elder's normal banking or financial management habits or patterns, like frequent large withdrawals, including daily maximum currency withdrawals from an ATM. That's a red flag. Sudden non-sufficient funds activity, inconsistent debit transactions, or uncharacteristic attempts to wire large sums of money. All red flags. I mentioned a new person entering the picture. Now, this new caretaker, relative, or friend tries to conduct financial transactions on behalf of an elder without proper documentation. Maybe there's a change of address on accounts to a new recipient's address, especially when it's far from the elder's home. Red flags. You might notice abrupt changes to financial documents like power of attorney, account beneficiaries, wills and trusts, property titles, and deeds. Red flag, red flag, red flag. How about the uncharacteristic non-payment for services? This might indicate an elder's loss of funds or access to funds. What about large withdrawals from a previously inactive account or new joint account, closing of accounts without regards to penalties, or a sudden appearance of credit card balances? Whew. You've got to keep your eyes open on this stuff. And just to round things out, there might be unexpected disappearance of funds or valuable possessions, such as safety deposit box items reported missing by the elder. And last but not least, suspicious signatures. Red flags, my friends. It's a lot to keep track of, but you are in a prime position to spot elder financial abuse as it unfolds. There may be more examples of suspicious activities that we haven't even covered, but that's the point. You have a front row seat to be able to observe and report these red flags. Okay, so what do you do when you've encountered a red flag? You report it. Your financial institution will have specific reporting protocol to follow when you suspect elder financial abuse is occurring. This will ensure timely, efficient, and effective management of your report of suspicious behavior. Keep in mind that a reasonable belief that elder financial abuse is happening is all you need to report it to your managers. Proof is not required, and no dollar amount is too small. Besides reporting, there's also some general things you can do to help elder customers avoid fraud and exploitation. For instance, you can offer safer alternatives to large cash withdrawals and discourage wire transfers. You can make customers aware of the ways to limit the risks of joint accounts and discuss lower risk options. Okay, so why is reporting elder financial abuse so important? What are the benefits to you? Well, there's benefits to the overall community and benefits to your financial institution. Like what? Well, benefits to the community include improved safety for seniors and other clients, and protecting the finances of your elderly customers will help preserve their financial independence. You'll also promote goodwill among your customers, their families, and friends. Then there's the benefits for you and your institution. You'll preserve your institution's reputation and increase community recognition. You'll help decrease uninsured losses. You'll build office morale. You'll feel empowered. You'll demonstrate concern for your elderly customers' well-being and financial independence. And it's just good customer service. And if that isn't enough reason to get behind this effort, consider these reasons. Older adults are often more trusting. The senior population is large and growing, making the problem of elder financial abuse large and growing itself. 1 out of 5 people over the age of 65 have already been victimized by a financial fraud. The financial health of a senior can impact their overall physical health. Financial loss impacts available food, medication, housing, and other services for the elderly. Almost a third of older adults live within 150% of the poverty level. That means they can't afford to be ripped off. Even older adults with savings in the low millions can't afford to lose substantial amounts, as they don't have the time to make it up. Okay, that's a lot of information, but I think you get the picture. Elder financial abuse is a huge and growing problem, and you are the best people to identify it and help prevent it. You know the red flag situations, and you'll have the protocols to follow up on what you observe. We're counting on all of you. Don't let con artists, scammers, and other abusers mess up the financial security of our seniors. And remember, perpetrators of elder financial abuse are often family members, caretakers, and others who are supposed to be watching out for the best interests of their intended victims. To learn more about how you can prevent elder abuse in Wisconsin, go to reportelderabusewI.org. Thanks for watching, and see you on the front line.